All right, I'm gonna get straight to it. Look, this is my testimony of how I came to Christ from being a New Age believer. So, a little backstory about my life. My mom and them, they was raised Catholic, so we was raised Catholic, but it wasn't like we was real religious. You know what I'm saying? We only went to church on holidays, Easter, stuff like that. It was rare occasion. And when I was a kid, I did not like church at all. Like I just didn't want to attend it. It was boring. I was asleep. You know, the Catholic Church, you got to go up there, eat the bread, drink the wine. You know, I'm a little kid. I'm like 6, 7. Like my mom used to make us pray every night when I was a kid. Like make us say the Lord's Prayer. You know, Our Father who art in heaven. We used to have to say that, like recite it. She would say it for us, and we ever had to repeat it. So that was going on for a minute. But you know, fast forward to when I'm like preteens, teenager, that's when I started really getting curious about spirituality and what's true and not true. So the older we got, the less we would go to church and stuff. So we was you know, I'm first off, I'm from Chicago, so we didn't grow up in the suburbs or anything like that. I grew up in the trenches, like in the hood, the worst parts. So we've seen a lot, you know. Uh what really planted the first seed into my mind of thinking God not real and all this. This is like minuscule to what's to come. I'm just giving you all the backstory. So the first planet to see, right? I got a cousin that's birthday a day before mine. My birthday February 17th. His birthday February 16th. And we was real close when we were younger. He was a year older than me. We was like this. We used to dress alike and everything. People used to think we was twins and stuff. It was crazy. So my pops got a twin, and that's my uncle's son. So that's how that went. Anyways, fast 4 years later, I ain't talked to him in a minute because I had moved to Chicago. You know, this when we was in Atlanta. He had moved to California. So it was years. But all I know, people used to always say, like family members, like, yeah, he crazy now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Woo crazy now. And I'm like, crazy, y'all tweaking, you know? That's one of the guys. So I finally talked to him one day randomly. So we talking about a lot of stuff, you know, catching up. It's going normal. Then he'd tell me something. I'd be like, swear to God, and he'd be like, stop saying that. And I'm like, what you mean, stop saying that? I'll just brush it off. So we talking again, you know. I'm excited. He excited. Then I'll be like, swear to God. And he be like, bro, stop saying that. And I'm like, what you talking about? He God not real. And I'm what? You tripping? You know, for real. Then he started like breaking down. Like this is a whole another video. I'll probably get into that another day. But breaking down, like he really believed that he was like, it's gonna sound crazy, but and this was like 2010, 2009. He believed that he was the Antichrist, bro. Like he used to be like, bro, I'm the Antichrist. Look at the video. This was when Drop the World, Eminem and Lil Wayne video just came out. He like, look at the Drop the World video talking about me. They got my birthday in there, 216, and he was talking about like the devil talked to him and he had to go to jail and all. It was a lot. So I was just like, yeah, he is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, he not crazy. He intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. He just actually believed it. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. He actually believed this. But I didn't really think too much of that. So I'm just happy to talk to him. So fast forward years later, right? Imagine I'm making music and stuff. So this is like 2012, around the time Chief Keef and all of them blowing up. We making music. And I come across a book called, I ain't even gonna say the name of the book, but I came across some information. And before I came across the book, I had watched a documentary called The Zeitgeist. And it was basically how talking about how Christianity and the Jesus, the Bible, is the greatest story ever told, and is a religion that's copied off of like Egyptian religions and all that. And I believed it, so like I like, dang, that's crazy. We was deceived. So all of that happened at the same time. I found out about um, quantum physics and the law of attraction and stuff like that. So I remember watching the movie, the documentary The Secret. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. I can get what I want. Mind you, at this time, I'm like 16, 17, probably like 17, about to be 18. So me and my cousin, I'm living together. My mom and them wasn't even in Chicago no more. Like, so it was crazy. So long story short, I'm getting into all this new age stuff, right? At this time, it wasn't called new age. Like I just thought I was coming across some ancient knowledge that I was about to use to take my life to the next level, which I did. Um, so I jumped all in. So I bought the book, The Law of Attraction, written by Esther Hicks and all of that. I'm reading it, and they talking about how every thought is a vibration and all of that, which I already knew because of quantum physics. I would study Einstein equations and stuff like that. E equals mc squared, and everything broke it down to its smallest molecule is energy. So I got and every thought is energy, and everything is connected, and all you have to do is believe it. It is okay. It's scientific as well, but just get on track. I came across another book called uh, um, The Genie Within. It's basically a book like how to program your subconscious mind to manifest the thing that you want. So they talk about like different brain states: alpha, theta, um, delta, and theta, something else like that. Um, and when I started practicing this stuff for years, like I mastered it. Like out of everybody, like I would tell people, like I would preach this stuff to everybody around me, and I had like a lot of us. It was a lot of us that used to run together, you know. So I had influence. So people would listen to what I'm saying because I'm breaking it down, making it make sense. So I'm breaking all this stuff down. I'm practicing it, and I'm manifesting stuff. And this went on for years. So like I'm getting tattoos to represent it. Like I call it myself a higher power. If you can see my tattoos, the law of polarity. I'm believing all the universal laws. Law of polarity, which is this, yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. Everything in the universe has opposite: up, down, left, right, um, woman, man, white, black, just like fire, water, right? Also, I had the serpent tatted for no particular reason. Then I thought this looked decent. I thought it looked cool. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Gears of War logo, which is demonic. Dan, this is probably the most demonic tattoo I got. It's like an Aquarius dark water bearer. Because I was deep into astrology as well. Wow, right? And the Joker. So I'm doing all of this. And I'm gonna just skip to the point where it get real, like when I have like spiritual experiences. I just have to give y'all the background to let y'all know like how I was living. So when I say I mastered it, I mean I mastered it. Like anybody I came across that knew about this, like they was beginners compared to me. Like I would meditate all the time, program my subconscious mind before I go to bed. When I wake up, I'll be doing practices to open my third eye, um, eating certain foods, doing certain meditations, mantras, a lot of stuff. And I started like writing things down, and I would manifest things, right? So this one in particular week, this is like 2018, end of 2017, beginning of 2018. Before all of this, I would like, no matter the situation, whether it was negative or positive, I was aware that I was manifesting. So give me an example, like whether it was legal trouble or something like that. If I was to get pulled over and had like some wild stuff on me, I would believe so much that I would not get caught, that I would not have no repercussions. So like I never had repercussions like that. I felt like I was a guy, like I'm untouchable. And at this time, like I told you, I'm making music. So my brother and them grew up with all these famous rappers at this time: Chief Keef, all of these rappers, Lil Reese, Boss Top, all them. So I'm just in the midst of it, perfecting my craft, doing what I do in the background, you know. So we go, imagine at this time we going to LA, Interscope, like we making moves, you know what I'm saying? So I come back from LA to Interscope, uh, all of that. And that's when I took off with the manifesting and the mastering it. And that's where it get crazy. So one particular week, I'm wilding out. Like imagine my whole life we all sin, but this one in particular week I was sinning like crazy. Like I'm doing wild stuff. Like imagine I didn't have a job, so I'm doing wild stuff for money. I'm doing illegal stuff for money, but I had a lot of money. Keep that in mind. I had a lot of money. Um, I'm making music all the time. I'm shooting music videos. I'm doing all this stuff while still like I don't like ignore. Not only was I ignoring Jesus and like everybody that would tell me about Jesus or what I'm standing or doing is demonic, I would argue them. Like I would learn certain scriptures just to argue Christians. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is just a religion to keep you from reaching your full potential. So this one particular week, I'm wilding this week. I'm telling my homies like I'm 4 for 4, meaning I went out to a club, met a girl, I had a one night stand. I did it 4 nights in a row. So I'm telling my homies, I'm 4 for 4, bro. Y'all better catch up. So right before that, I'm gonna give y'all a story. So right before I'm telling them this, the last girl that was in the on the list, let's say, that I was having one night stands with, the last girl in particular. Most of these girls, probably every single last one of them, had the same thing in common as higher power stuff, which is ironic. I'll get to that even later. But this girl, I tell my homie now, yeah, bro, I'm going crazy. This the day before I meet this girl. I tell my homie them, bro, y'all seen what's going on, bro. We done went out all these times and I'm leaving with him, bro. I'm going crazy. Everything I wrote down, I manifested. I mastered this. I'm telling him, bro. I never forget this. My brother, my homie, them. So I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, y'all need to lock in and get on my type of time because y'all can be doing the same thing, bro. So I'm like, but the only thing is, imagine this whole time I had a girlfriend. So I'm like, but me and her kept getting into it. I'm like, I need to find a girl that's birthday around my birthday on my birthday so she can understand how I am. Because I was deep into astrology. So I say that. I didn't write it down or nothing. I just say it, right? So we go out to the club. Fast forward later, we ended up going back to the club. So I'm buying the girl a drink. My homie tapped me on the shoulder. Hey, bro, she the baddest girl in here. So I'm like, who? So I turn around, I'm like, dang, she is. Like, so this girl, she had like turquoise dreads, like blue dreads, like turquoise. And she was belly rolling, like walking through the party belly rolling. And all the guys were just staring at her. And I imagine, I'm not religious at this point. So I'm like, it felt eerie. So I'm like, dang, she got all these dudes in a trance. So I tell my homie, I'm like, bro, she look like Medusa. So I say that, right? And then I'm like, you know what? No, it's not Medusa. She remind me of the Queen of the Damned. Cause I remember the scene in the Queen of the Damned with Aaliyah, and she was like belly rolling through the crowd, and all the guys was just like mesmerized, and the women. That's how it was with her. Everybody was looking at this girl, like it was crazy. Like she had everybody in the trance. So I'm just like looking at her. So she walking past us. My homie stopped her. He's like, I like your hair. She's like, I like your hair too. And she look at me. She's like, well, I love your hair. So I'm like, at this time, I don't remember how I had my hair. I think it was crazy colors, long. It was long though. And she was like, and they both had dreads, my homie and her. So she like, oh, I love your hair. So my homie get her Snapchat, Instagram, whatever he got, I don't know. But I do the same. We all exchange information. So I'm like, bro, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Smoke before it get crowded up in here. You know what I'm saying? Why still chill before it become bussin'. That's what we say in Chicago, bussin'. So before it get bussin', let's go smoke. You know, before it get bussin'. So we go outside. I'm rolling up right outside the club, like 1 foot on the wall, like devious. So one of those dudes. I was one of those. So I'm rolling up. Boom. Her female friend and the male friend, they walk down. And they must have smelled the weed or something. She like, ooh, I wish we had weed. So I'm like, get it for me. So I'm like, get it for me. You know what I'm saying? So shorty walked right up to me, the one that I said looked like Medusa, Queen of the Damned. She walked right up to me. She look up because she real short. She look up. She like, you couldn't handle me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? Like, I look at bro now, and they looking at me crazy. So you couldn't handle me, shorty. So I'm the wild one out the group. I'm the wild one. When your birthday? February 17th. You're lying. Why you say that? My birthday February 16th. Woo woo. So nah, but so man, when she said that, like I knew I manifested it because I had told my homie them early I need to find a girl that's birthday that's similar to mine. But before I even I just said it. I didn't write it down or nothing. That's how powerful I was at this manifestors type stuff. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Because I had no doubt in my mind with it. So I would manifest these things and like, so every time I manifest, I'm like, dang. So like, it would even shock me sometimes. So I'm like, I get a wild feeling like, so I walk off. When Shorty told me, she was like, my birthday, February 16th. I walk off for a second, like, cause it's like, when you manifest something, it's like a wild feeling. So I didn't want to tweak out in front of her. So I'm like, tweaking like, dang, I manifested this. So I turn back around, back in that mode. When I say that mode, I'm like demon mode. So I'm back in that. All right, what's good then, shorty? We can see if you can handle me right now. We can leave right now. Woo woo. So she like, I'll leave with you, but we gonna have to wait till the club over. I want to leave my friend. So I say all that to say, the next morning I go back to my homie them crib. And I'm telling him like, bro, I'm 4 for 4, like Wendy's, boy. Y'all better catch up. You know what I'm saying? I'm bragging about it, like I'm happy about it, excited about this stuff. Like, dang, this is happening. And I tell them, I say, bro, this manifesting is getting to the point where if y'all was to tell me one of my music videos hit millions of views tomorrow, I would believe it. And that's scary because once you start believing it, it's going to happen. So I say that like, bro, I got all the money I want. I got all the females I want. I feel like I'm famous. The only difference is I just don't got the views. Like, boom. So I say that same night, I'm trying to go out again. 'Cause my goal was to see how many times I can do this, get the baddest girl at the bar, and you know what I'm saying? Have a one night stand and leave out. Mind you, I'm being 100% transparent with y'all because I'm not trying to blur the lines here. It's all about Jesus Christ. So, I don't want to make this video too long either. I know the story is wild. But after I told him like I'm 4 for 4, y'all better catch up and all this. We go back out. So my homie, it's me, my homie, I ain't gonna say his name, but his girl was pregnant and we was dropping her off at the crib. So on our way to drop her off, we get pulled over by the police. Whoop, whoop. It's like 9, 10 o'clock at night. So we get pulled over. I'm chilling, like I'm always chilling, but I got like weed on me and stuff, but I'm not tripping. I'm never tripping because I manifest stuff. So my homie, he like, dang, bro, it's crazy. Why they pulling me over? So they pull up behind her. You got a broken tail light. You can see you got your girl in the car because she pregnant. So you're like, we just gonna run y'all plates if y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Run y'all names if y'all good. Let y'all go. Like that. We get the IDs up. Few minutes go by, they come back, give bro his ID, give his girl her ID, look at me and say, hey, you step out the car. What? Step out the car? Nah, that's over with. That's dead, bro. No, I ain't stepping out the car. So he, nah, you got a warrant out for your arrest. You got to step out the car. And I'm like, a warrant for what? This is how delusional I was at this time. This is how much I believed in the manifest. So I'm like, a warrant for what? Oh, you got the wrong person. My homie them looking at me crazy. They like, this boy Sly's lost his mind. Like, so I tell the police, y'all got the wrong person. They like, step out the vehicle now. It's you, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right. So I step out the vehicle. So I'm tripping because I'm like, I didn't manifest this. How is this happening? I didn't have no thoughts like this. So long story short, I'm like, this is Friday. I'm like, I got to stay in the county until Monday to see a judge. They're like, nah. So I'm like, so what am I getting a warrant? Like, what I got a warrant for? What am I getting arrested for? They driving on expired license in 2015. What? Driving on expired license? That sounds ridiculous, bro. Like, I never did that, bro. I ain't even live in Chicago no more. I've been in Michigan for a couple years, bro. How do I have a warrant for 2+ years? Almost 3 years. So I'm going back and forth with them. They like, you good. It's only a minor traffic violation. You should be able to bond out at the station. All right, bear with me, because I had to say all that. So I get at the station. Imagine, this is my mentality at the time. I had a quarter of marijuana on me, bro. I had it in my boxes. Like, I had it in my boxes. So they smelling it. So they searching me, but they didn't find nothing. So they like, we smell weed on you. Where the weed at? I'm like, I smoked it. That's why I'm smoke strong. That's why you smell it. I ain't got nothing on me. So I go to the station. They finally get to the station. It's like 11:30. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, okay, club don't close about 5:30. I can still get out. If I can bond out here, I can still get out and make it to the club and still continue my streak. That's how fried my brain was. Y'all got to realize how fried my brain was. So I'm like, I can still continue the streak. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up falling asleep in the cell. When I woke up, the officers that brought me there was gone. They were gone. They were not there no more. So I look at the clock. I'm like, dang, it's 2:30. So I'm like, I probably won't be able to continue the streak. So I'm still thinking, okay, at least I got my weed. Once I get it bonded out, I can get high. Boom, that's cool. So That's how fried my brain is. Like, that's what I'm thinking about. So my mentality was just like, continue the streak. All right, at least I can bond out and get the weed. So I call for the officers. I'm like, okay, what's going on? They're like, oh, we about to move y'all over here. So they moved me, chained me up, moved me into a room with a bunch of dudes. So I'm like, hey, they said, what's up? When can I bond out? They said I can bond out. They bond out. Nah, y'all all going to the county. Never. So what? So now I'm low key kind of blue because I'm like, I got a whole court on me. This before weed legal, bro. So I'm about to go to jail for it's driving on expired license from 2015 when I'm not even living in Chicago no more. I'm just going out there doing what I do. And on top of that, I got this weed on me and I'm about to catch another case for this. That's crazy. So I'm like, how's this happening? So I first instantly go into like, okay, I sit down, start meditating. Like, how is this happening? I'm going through my mind. Like, when did I manifest this? Like, I know for a fact I never thought none of these thoughts. So this is impossible to me. Like, so you gotta realize in my brain, what's happening is impossible. I gotta stress that. I can't fathom what's happening. I'm like, this is impossible. Every situation I've ever been in, I've gotten myself out through my mentality. That's what I'm thinking at this time. So I'm like, okay. So this is by the grace of God. At this time, I ain't know it was God, but this is how God works. So the dude that put us in the room, he came back. It was a black dude. He was like, we about to go to the county. There will be dogs, metal detectors. So if you got any weapons, drugs, anything illegal on you, it will be found and you will get those charges added on to whatever you have. So when he said that, I'm like, that's crazy. But he says this. So if anybody has to go to the bathroom, this is the time. So I'm like, I do. So nobody else, man, there's about 20 of us in there. Nobody else raised their hand. So I'm like, I do. So I go in the bathroom, flush the weed. So as I'm leaving out, it was a Mexican officer that brought me in there. He was like, what's that smell? You got weed on you? You got mirror? And I was like, no, you can search me. I ain't got nothing because I just flushed it. So I'm cool now. So mind you, in my brain, I'm cool. I'm like, all right. So I go sit down. And this when the supernatural stuff started happening. So when I sit back down, I'm chained up to the biggest dude. It's like Debo. Hugest dude, but he not all the way there mentally. So I'm chained up to him. The moment I get back chained up, I sit down. My mouth becomes dry, like extremely dry. Like I just smoked 1,000 blunts in a hot box. Cotton mouth. But I never experienced this before. Like I done had cotton mouth before, but this was extreme. So I'm like, this is crazy. So I'm like, okay. When they was, I see the Mexican dude. I'm like, hey, can I get some water? He was like, yeah, when we load y'all up to the paddy wagon, I'm gonna give y'all so you can get some water then. I'm like, all right, bet. Like 10 minutes later, they start loading us up. So when they get to me, I'm like, can I get that water? He was like, what water? What? Man's looked me dead in my eyes and said, what water? Yeah, all right. So, man, dude, it's dark. It's like pitch. It's dark. So when you're on the paddy wagon, ain't no windows. I don't know if you know what a paddy wagon is. I'll put a picture up. But a paddy wagon is like a truck that they transport prisoners, inmates, whatever you want to call them, people that just got arrested to the county, so or prison or whatever. So we in the paddy wagon chained up, and it's like 4 rows. It's like one on the wall, one in the middle, another one on the wall, and it's like it's the day after the 4th of July. So we all packed. It's hot, like extremely hot. We all packed like this, and we get in there, they shut the door. As soon as they shut the door, boom. Not only am I extremely thirsty, now as soon as they shut the door, for some reason, I can barely breathe. Like instantly can barely breathe, like taking breaths like that. And everybody yelling and stuff because we hitting like potholes. So we like, there's no seatbelt. So we just falling, people hitting their head, hitting their arm, people. So the dude I'm chained up to, he yelling, he beating on the door. He like, stop the truck, stop the truck. He stopped the truck. And then so he like the officer like honked the horn. He shut the fuck up. Woo woo. Oh, we're gonna turn it back around. So everybody getting on dude ass. They getting on dude that's chained up to me. They like, bro, shut up. Shut your goof ass up. So I'm like, mind you, at this point, I can't even interact with these people because I'm in a state of I can barely breathe and I can even swallow my spit. My mouth is that dry. I can't even swallow my own spit. So I'm sitting there like this, like chained up to the dude, and I'm just thinking in my mind, how is this happening? Why is this happening? Like, how is this happening? Why is this happening? So right after that, my heart started beating like extremely fast, like uncontrollable, like racing, like boom, 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 boom. So I'm like, man, dude, I'm never had an anxiety attack, panic attack, none of that. I've been locked up before, so it's not like, oh, I'm scared that I'm going to get, that I'm going to the county. I've been in the county, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is this? Like, what's happening? Like, this is crazy. So at that point, when my heart started racing and stuff, I'm like, I'm about to die. Like, that's the only thing that can come in my mind. Like, I'm about to die. Like, I can't believe this. I'm about to die in a paddy wagon on my way to the county. Dang. So I'm just like, I hope my mama sue these people. That's the only thing I can think in my brain. I hope my mama sue these people. I hope she get paid for this because this is crazy. So I'm like, wow. So it's like we driving for a long time. Like, it never stopped. And when we did stop, we stopped at a different police station. They added more people. It was impossible to add more people. So the people that they added, they just standing up, falling. So it's all bad. And I can't even interact and think nothing other than I'm about to die. So we finally get to the county. Doors open. Boom. I get out. Everything stopped. Everything goes back to normal. As soon as the doors open, we see the lights go out. Everything goes back to normal. So I'm just thinking, like, what the heck? This is insane to me. Like, what the heck is going on, right? So we get back. We in the county now. We, you know what I'm saying, going through the metal detectors and stuff. Now I'm back regular. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to bond out whenever I see the judge. It's cool. I got bread on me. I got a lot of bread on me, so I ain't worried about none of that. So I'm like, bet. So I was just thinking to myself, how is this happening? But I got to snap back to reality. I'm in the county in Chicago. It's wild. So I'm back in the county, back to my regular self. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back how I'm acting like how I was acting, but I'm back in my mind. I'm still thinking what I'm thinking. So yeah, bro, I was just out here wilding, bro. I can't believe they just locked me up on some goofy shit. Woo, woo. I'm telling people the story. You know what I'm saying? Ended up running to somebody I knew. I'm telling them the story. Boy, I was just out here going crazy, boy. 4 for 4. Woo woo. I was on my way to the club, about to be 5 for 5. Woo woo. They what? That's crazy. So I'm up in there doing that. Ended up bonding out. Now, I still ain't put two and two together. Like, I still didn't understand what was happening, but I knew ask you shall receive. That was a big belief in my field at that time. So as I get bonded out, my homie that I got locked up with, he picks me up like, bro, that's crazy. Imagine this the next day. He like, bro, that's crazy. That what happened? So I'm telling him. So we go back. I go back to Michigan. Him, me, and my other homie. So we recording a track. We back at the crib. So I'm not even thinking about that no more. And they recording their verses, and I'm on my phone, my headphones in, and I see a video, and it was like, end of time, the end is coming, something like that. The rapture is happening. This is it. And I'm like, what's the rapture? Man, I'm not a Christian. So I'm like, what's the rapture? But I did at this time. The reason why this end of time video popped up on my timeline, looking back, is because of my algorithm. I used to always be like, they used to call me crazy because I used to be into the conspiracy theories like 5G and how it's frying brains and like Neuralink. I was the first person that I knew that knew of Neuralink. Like, Elon Musk trying to put brains in people. Fast forward to 2024, they got the first human person. Look it up. But so I was intrigued with the end of times, end of the world. Cause I'm like, all of this technology, it's not gonna end well. Like, I have that knowing. So I watched the video, and in the video, it was a woman, and I'm paraphrasing all of this. She was basically excited, like her speech was exciting, and she woke. She was like, I just had this dream that it was the end of the world. She was like that Jesus was coming back, and she was like, in the dream, it was a man holding a sign, and it said a scripture on it, and it said something 3:11, something 3:11. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, I'm just thinking it to myself, like, like Christians really believe Jesus coming back and he gonna take them before it's time, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I looked up the rapture, and I'm like, wow, Christians really believe that. That's insane. So I'm watching another video. Yeah, so let me go back to her dream. She say the dude was holding a sign, And she was like, when she woke up from the dream, she went on YouTube and seen somebody that she subscribed to live. She clicked on it. When she clicked on it, it was 3 minutes and 11 seconds into the live, and it was 311 viewers. And she was like, he was talking about a dream he had of the rapture, and she was like, if that's not a sign from God, I don't know what is. People need to accept Lord and Savior, they Jesus Christ, come to Christ before it's too late. So I'm like, I don't really believe in anomalies, but I'm like, that is crazy that this man, I'm like, okay, she must be delusional. She got to be lying or something. So another video pop up on the side. It was a lady. She was like, I just received my last Christmas gift, prophetic, something like that. So I clicked on it. She was talking about how she was waiting for her last Christmas gift, and when she finally got it, it was the number 777 on it, and she was like, that's the number of grace in the Bible, and it was a number 311. I'm like, dang, these people aren't related, and they got similar stories. They both dreamed or had a situation where they seen this number. So I'm like, all right, what does this mean? So at this point, I'm watching these videos. My homie and I'm like, bro, you got to do your ad libs. We about to go. We got to go back to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? It's getting late. I'm like, all right, bet. It's my studio. You know what I'm saying? I can knock my stuff out and just send y'all the track when I do it. They was like, all right, bet. Hurry up. So they leave. So I'm like, finished watching that little video. So I'm just sitting there thinking, mind you, my girl is in the other room at the time. My girl at the time is in the other room. So I'm just sitting there in the living room by myself. Mind you, I haven't prayed since my mama used to make me pray when I was a kid. So I'm like, all right, close my eyes and say, Jesus, God, whatever your name is, if you're real, are you real? Is the rapture real? If it is real, is it too late for me? Because I did so much wild stuff. Like, I knew it. I'm like, dang, is it too late for me? So I'm like, if you are real, I need a sign. You're going to have to show me for me to believe I need a sign. So I just prayed for the first time in a minute, like years, not expecting nothing. The moment I opened my eyes, I cannot make this up. It was, someone told me to look at the time. The whole time I was not looking at the time. It was 1:13, 3:11 backwards. So I'm like, never. So mind you, it was 3:11 backwards. I instantly knew that was God. I instantly knew it was God communicating with me. So like the feeling that I got, remember I told you I manifested the feeling and I was shocked and I walked off and I did that with that girl. It was like that, but times 1,000. So it was like, now looking back, I know that was the presence of God. So that was the first time I ever felt the presence of God. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh, God answered me. Like this is impossible. Like, so in my brain, I'm like, this is impossible. Because I don't want to believe this. Y'all got to keep in mind, my whole belief system up until this point, my whole reputation was being this person that does manifestation and all of this. So if I was to come to the realization that Jesus Christ is real and I was wrong, people are going to be like, bro, you deceived, like, or not even you deceived, bro. Like we told you, like, or not even we told you, like, how's this wrong? You was just preaching this for years. You showing us this. How is it wrong? So I'm like, I didn't want it to be real. I didn't want it to be real. So I'm just like, wow, it's real, but I can't ignore this. So I'm like, okay. So I look up 3:11 Bible scripts. The first one that popped up, Revelation 3:11. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold on to your crown so that no one can take it. I'm paraphrasing. So I read that and I instantly knew Jesus was talking to me. I instantly knew because my exact prayer was, is the rapture real? Is it too late for me? Can I be saved? And I am coming soon. The rapture is real. Hold on to your crown. You are saved now if you want to be. If you accept me, and hold on to your crown so nobody can take it. So nobody can take your salvation for you. Hold on to it once you get it. So I'm reading this and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And also like tears start coming down falling down my eyes, my face. And I'm just like, I can't believe this. Like, this is real. So this is going to all make sense in a second. So I think Christian can figure out where I'm going with this. So I'm like, okay. So at the same time, I'm still asking these questions. Like, so what? Like, so I'm like, okay, I don't know what to think. So I see a video on the bottom. It was like hell testimony. So I watched the hell testimony. I'm like, that's wild. Watch another one. ex-Satanist hell testimony. I can get into it, but he breaks it down. I watch another one, and it all hit me. It all hit me. There's one dude. He say, when I was in hell, mind you, they all basically said the same thing, but when this one dude said it, it hit me. Made sense. He said, when I was in hell, you would do anything for one drop of water. Like you have the thirst that you have is unlike anything you ever experienced on earth. Then he said, you can barely breathe. He was like, it was like you want to breathe, but you can't. So you only taking small breaths. Then he was like, your heart, it's ultimate fear. It's like you scared. You feel like you about to die. Like I'm about to die. I should die, but you never die. And then when he said that, it instantly hit me. Boom. I experienced that when I was in that paddy wagon. It was a supernatural experience where I was experiencing everything that they experienced in hell. Like I felt like I was about to die, but I'm like, everything that they were saying, I was experiencing it. And I'm like, boom. And at that moment, I had a download. It all just made sense to me. You were on your way to hell. Like I was literally like living the lifestyle that I was living, going to the clubs and doing all this. I was literally on my way to hell. So God at that moment let me know, you are not a God. I am the God of the universe. I created you. I created all whatever you believe. I'm stronger than that. I'm higher than that. And I'm more powerful than that. And you weren't, like, all the times that you thought you were controlling your reality, you weren't. I allowed that to happen. And the reason why you was stopped in that car and had that warrant and all of that, you did not control that. I control that. I'm the reason this happening, and I stopped you and I saved you. Like I had all this information. Like dang, like I love you so much that I stopped you in your wicked ways, even though you was blasphemous and doing all that against me. I loved you. I interfered because you were on your way to hell. If I didn't, I'm telling y'all, man, there was no pastor, no preacher that could have told me anything. I mean, nothing. Like I used to argue with my pops. I used to argue with my mom. I used to argue with people that like would try to tell me things about God, and I would just be like, "You're deceived." So like the fact that Jesus Christ Himself stopped me, brought me in, I could not deny it. Like no matter how much in my carnal brain I tried to deny, I could not deny the facts what I just experienced. And mind you, this happened in 2018. And I was into the new age spirituality and the higher power and being one conscious and your higher self, all of that manifesting, lucid dreaming, astral projecting. I was doing all that in 2013, 2014 before that was even popular. People was looking at me like I was insane when I used to bring up that I can control my reality. They was looking at me like I lost it. You know what I'm saying? So, and now fast forward, it's the most popular thing ever. And God has been putting it on my heart more than ever to get this testimony out. I've been disobedient. He been letting me. I was supposed to put this out over what at this point over 5-6 years ago, which is insane. And I put out so many videos. I'm a content creator. None of my videos was in my testimony. The fact that like I've been feeling conviction and guilt for not even putting that out. I got millions of likes. I got millions, tens of millions of views on videos. None are glorifying Jesus. So say what you want to say. At the end of the day, I know what I experienced. Jesus Christ is real. He's coming back soon. And if you look at the world right now, I can make another video, and I will make another video on it. It's so many things that's pointing to the end of times, and all I can say is get closer to God, Jesus Christ, accept Him into your life, ask Him to come in, ask Him to save your soul, because the time is ticking. All of this stuff is distractions. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, being famous, popular, streaming, Twitch, Kai Cenat, all of these things are distractions. It's cool in moderation to an extent, but always put Jesus Christ number one above everything else. Don't have idols. That's my number one. That's one of my number one things that I have to humble myself and realize, okay, am I using this as an idol? Am I spending enough time with Jesus? Even today, I'm not 100% sure. I just hope and pray and ask for forgiveness and repentance that I can make it when it's that time. And I pray that you realize exactly how important this is. So I'm just going to pray over this. Jesus, to whoever is listening to this, and if I relate it to them, I hope that you can send your angels, your spirit, your Holy Spirit, to convict them in their hearts that it's time to relinquish everything to you, and that you fill their spirits with the Holy Spirit and save their soul. No distractions, no demons can interfere with your higher holy power. In Jesus' name, amen. Look, I'm not the best at praying and none of that. So pray for yourself. Ask people to pray for you if you don't know how. Do all that. All I know is I'm telling y'all what I know to be true, the 100% truth. I did so much research. I practiced different beliefs. Nothing is more real than Jesus Christ when you pray and ask him into your life.